Hi, welcome back to C Programming. I'm your Dr. Vasu. Here you can find other interesting subjects as well along with the C Programming. Do subscribe the channel to get alerts. Sharing these programs in the Google Drive, and you can find the link in the description. Okay, now let's see what these pointers are. A very interesting topic. Here, the pointers means, suppose let's take an example. I'm searching for Mr. X. He's a person, right? He's a particular person, has some tall, something like, has some features. His name is Mr. Ram. And how do I get him? I need to have his address, right? Some address, his door number, area, city, like this. Then with this address, I can find Mr. Ram. Similarly, suppose you have a value here, right? It's a variable carrying some value. Where do you store this? We have stored it somewhere. And how do you access it? You need to have the address, right? So to get this variable and its value, you have to have the address of that particular variable where that value is stored. So here we don't have these door numbers or area or city like this, like our address, but we do have this address here like this, right? A number is provided. And what is this? This is the address which is locating this particular memory location, which is accessing. We can access or put some value into it or like do that. So here in our terms, we call this as pointer. Okay. And let us see what this pointer is and we'll explore. And another way is, suppose you are searching for a, you have gone to a particular address and there you have some person, right? Suppose you have gone to a house in a Governor-Pet area and in a street, second street, third house. Suppose you have located the house. There you are searching for some person, right? It may be Mr. X or some Mr. Anil or some Mr. Kumar or something else. Because if somebody has vacated and there somebody else might have occupied that, there you find as Mr. X or Y like that. So here in this particular address, you may have a certain value for this variable, right? For this variable X, you may have some 500 or 1000 or 2000, it depends. So whatever the value you have. But we are searching for this particular location for this with this address. So this is the pointer. And let us see how it is and what it is clearly. Let's take a pointer means it's a variable, right? It stores the memory address of a particular variable. Already we have seen X and its memory address. Coming to its, this is a very interesting topic called dynamic memory allocation. Dynamically, it allows for optimum utilization of the memory, right? This dynamic memory allocation helps. Example, so let us take, we know the array. Already we have seen the array. We have defined an array with 100 elements in it. And some X is an array with 100 elements. But we have provided only 10 elements values. And all the 90 elements are kept vacant. That means when you allocate 100 elements memory and utilizing 10 means the all 90 memory elements will be wasted. So to avoid that, this pointers will help in allocating the memory dynamically such that only these 10 elements whose values are provided will be allocated to the memory and all the 90 elements will be freed. Like that, we will understand this very clearly later. So that is the advantage of having this dynamic memory allocation. Now, it's a data type. We have to define what type of data it is, and it is defined with a star and the identifier in name. And we have to declare it before using it. We must declare, well, this is a pointer, right? And define it first. Next, assign which address it is carrying, right? Whose address? It's a Mr. Ram address or Mr. Kumar address or Raghav address. Whose address it is carrying? You have to assign. Next, access. So once you have it, you can access. You are having a particular location and directly go to that particular location and catch that whatever it is there inside. So this is the accessing. So coming to this type of pointers, we will be declaring them as an integer, right? Or a character type or a float type. We'll be declaring. We'll see that clearly later. And this is a very interesting topic called indirection operator. It's an indirection operator in the sense. Let's take an example. Suppose we have an institution, and in the institute, we have a department, and the department head has a requirement for a printer. He doesn't have the authority to go directly to the market and procure it. So what he will do? He writes a letter to the principal or head of the department, head of the institution, and that head of the institution directs that letter to the purchase department. And this purchase department now acts and calls for quotations and does some processing, and whoever is giving the price at lower prices, all this was done by the purchase department, and they will procure that. And finally, after getting it, they will send it to the required department. That's how, without with the clean hands of the head of the department, he doesn't touch anything, right? He doesn't touch the money or the printer or anything. Just he gives an order and he gets his work done. So this is the indirection operation. Similarly, here also we are going to do that. We'll see clearly. So here it's an unary operator. That means we are going to operate this on a single operand, and it's an address operator. Suppose if it is x is a variable, ampersand x is used to point as pointer, address of that particular x. Already we are well versed with this ampersand x. We have used it many a times, but we might not have focused much on it. But now here is the focus on it. In the scanf, we have used this ampersand and the variable name. The meaning of it is we are actually, whatever the value we are assigning to x is stored in this particular address, and we'll be accessing it later. So we'll see clearly. So the pointer is actually assigned with the address of this variable x. Now, let's take a very simple, a small example, and with this we'll understand what pointer is and how it works. Suppose let's take a variable x, an integer, carrying or assigned with the value 100, right? And I want to print this value of x. This is a simple program. Suppose this is the value 100. It is stored in a memory location, right? And it is named x. That is the name of the variable, right? It's the now if you compile this and print it, you get a x value. X is equal to 100. No problem. Now suppose I want to see what this address and all these things are. What is this pointer and all? Now we declare a pointer here, integer. P is an integer and pointer. Now this P is assigned with the address of x. Whatever the memory location here, we provide that this memory address of this particular x is put in P. So this address is the number. It's a big number. 9-10 letters will be there, 9-10 digits, and it can be positive or negative. It's an address, right? We are not interested in this particular value, what it is, but we'll use it. That's it. So it is referring to this particular memory location. Okay. Now this is called the pointer. Okay. Now let's print this pointer. What this address of x is. Now P. I want to print P. Let us see how it is. the address of x is by just knowing this p, because it is declared as integer, we are referring it as a %i, and the value of p is declared here. This is why. This is the address of x. Now, so hope you just understood these pointers, and let's explore much in the coming videos, and in continuation we'll see that, and hope you had understood this topic very well. If you have any questions or queries, please do comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.